Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash, your brother Elder Bishop Python, back at you with another video. Double honors to the apostles, Shalom to the hopeful elect out there. So I'm not sure we're gonna call this video yet, but I tried, I tried to refrain myself from doing a video about this, only because, sometimes it's like, you're like, man, you get tired of posting videos about the woman, you know. But this shit right here just triggered me, you know. Like, one thing I hate is if I'm on YouTube, Facebook, or I might be on Instagram, and I see like a bunch of dudes dancing, doing them fruity dances, or you go on Facebook, there might be some guy dancing on in New York on 42nd Street or whatever. That shit just irks me, you know. Those snippets just piss me off. Seeing dudes doing them fucking dances and shit, like looking all fruity. I can't stand it. I hate that shit, especially these new dances these young cats have, you know. At least back in the day when we were coming up, it was like the dances were rough, manly, you know. Hey, King David danced, but his dance was rough. It wasn't like the shit you see on the screen, you know. And I had to do a video because this shit just pisses me off when I see this shit. And this is the reason why our women, the majority of them, are not gonna make it. You know, the majority of women are not gonna make it. When the missiles hit, and when martial law, when the time of Jacob's trouble come, the majority of the population are women. They're the easiest targets, or the first targets. If it's time to get away, it's the women and the children that's gonna get left behind, because they're the slowest ones. And the man will get caught out, maybe trying to protect them. But the women are always the first casualties of war. That's why they're known as booty, you know. So when the time comes, the women, they're going to be the number one casualties. When the MOTB hits, these women are going to be the first in line to get it. When the C-19 hit and they offered the vax, the women were the first in line to get it. And when they depopulate, because the time of Jacob's trouble, Esau is going to bring it on, and he's just following the direction of the Most High. I just quoted the scripture that's in Daniel 12. You go to Isaiah the 10th chapter as well. King David called Esau the Most High's sword. Proverbs 16:4. The wicked was created for the day of evil. And who they use to perpetrate their evil, to push forward the evil agenda, is the woman. And their main target are Israelite men. Slack, let me get off this stuff. It's Slack here. It's a thing I got for stocks and stuff. But the main target is the Israelite men, and they use the woman to do it. So they create an agenda to have the woman think that she is over the man, that she is independent. Let's look up the word independent. Free from outside control, not depending on another's authority, not depending on another for livelihood or subsistence. So what did Esau do? Going back to the pact in the garden, when he made the pact with Eve, in return for carrying out the serpent's plans, or the serpent's agenda, which the serpent today represents Esau. Esau, who I'm on a job out. If Esau today was to fill out a job application, he would put down Caucasian. Okay, that's who they're known as today. Edomites. But they made this pact with Eve, who Eve represents a so-called black woman, but that trickles down to all the tribes. So it doesn't matter if you're Latin, so-called North American Indian, Seminole Indian, so-called Haitian, any of them what they would call minorities here in America, then you're part of that. You're part of that, you know, because you've all fell victim to the programming of Esau the serpent, which is, I don't care where you're from, you know. Now, if you don't live here in America, and you live outside of America, the women there are less independent minded, but is growing because of I shut down this thing, because of television, music videos, you know, music. I remember back in the day growing up in Haiti. I remember back in the day growing up in Haiti, all you had was the local channels. It might have been what? I think there was 3 channels. There was no American influence at all, okay? And there was no such thing as independent women. And if you ask a woman today, especially a black woman, they'll say that the women back then were oppressed, miserable, you know, they were sour, they were bitter. I'm trying to see how I could get rid of this freaking, I think I shut it down. Why is it still going off? Excuse me. Yeah, that they were oppressed, bitter, you know. But when I remember back in the day, there were a lot more marriages, a lot more couples stayed together. This is where this is the era where you have grandparents of today. You see old couples that are still together, the man and a woman, because they come from back in the day. You see, and those women that say, oh, they were miserable back in the day, you know, they were miserable, they were oppressed. They were, you know, excuse me, they hated their lives. Hey, well, they are the same ones that bred you women today that talk that shit, you know? But anyway, back to this here, is that through the women's independence, first of all, let's go to the scriptures. Let's see if this is supposed to be a God-fearing country, right? And these women here, the majority would say that they're Christians or they're God-fearing, because you go on any of these shows, you know, you ask a woman, well, what's the number one quality you want in a man? I want a God-fearing man. You know, that's the first thing they say. I want a God-fearing man, right? Okay, which indicates what? That you are a God-fearing woman, okay? Or if you're not, you want a God-fearing man, and they just do that shit to look good, yeah, all right? They do that stuff to look good. And to sound good. You know, when you go to go to a job, I wish I could shut this thing off. You know, when you go to a job interview and they ask you questions, you know, like what is your you know, your worst quality? My worst quality is that I work too hard. When work is over, I keep doing work. You know, you say shit like that to look good, but it's all bullshit. So, you know, the woman says that like she's at an interview. Well, what do you look for in a man? I look for a God-fearing man. But that's the last thing they look for. Because who's the type of guy that women go after? They go for the so-called bad boy, right? They go for the bad boy. But let's go to the scriptures. And let's see. Let's go to 1 Corinthians. We all know this one here. And let's see if that independence, right? You want a God-fearing man, okay? So if you want a God-fearing man, this means that he's gonna, you know, he's gonna live, or he's gonna direct you in the ways of the scriptures, the way of the Most High, right? Man, and we've all, oops, I made it small. I meant to make it bigger. Okay. So 1 Corinthians 11:3, be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Yahushai. Right? Now that right there doesn't set off that independent mindset just by the beginning. Because if you're a follower, that means, you know, you're at least your mindset is under subjection of someone who knows better than you, or that's you take guidance from, right? So another thing women say is, I want a man that can lead. Man, I'm telling you, these women are full of caca. All right. Verse 2. Now I praise you, brethren, that you remember me in all things and keep the ordinances as I delivered them unto you. What's ordinance? Let's look that up. Give me a second here. A piece of legislation enacted by a municipal authority, an authoritative order or decree. Okay. I don't know how to get rid of that, but it's annoying the hell out of me. Slack it. So, keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you. Verse 3, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Yahushai. Slack it. This is pissing me off. Let me see if I could turn this off. Notifications. Give me a second here. Okay. All right, so it says, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Yahushai, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Yahushai is the Most High Yahweh. Now let's look up head. Head as a verb, to be in the leading position on. A person who is in charge of a group or people. Okay, so a head is somebody who has authority. Okay, this is why if we go all the way back, right, to Genesis 3:16, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow shalt thou bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Meaning your husband is your head. So, this independent mindset is not in accordance to the scriptures. Even though the majority is women, you'll find them in church, well, you used to, find them in some. Now they're so gone, okay? They're so gone that they don't even bother to go to church anymore. They'll say they're, you go on a dating profile, you put it, religion, they'll put spiritual, because they don't subscribe to a religion. They don't go to church. Basically, they're in the do as thou wilt mindset, right? They're in this mindset right here. Do as thou wilt. All right. Do as thou wilt is a phrase primarily associated with the philosophy of Thelma, founded by Aleister Crowley, and essentially means follow your own true will or do what you want. Basically, they follow their emotions or they follow their feelings. Now, a creature like that is akin to a beast. Is akin to a beast because what a beast does is a beast just follows its appetite. It follows its feelings, whatever it feels like doing. So, if it wants to, if a woman feels like or just wants to lick another woman, she'll do it. She wants to sleep around, because that's the flavor of the night or the flavor of the week. She'll do it. She just follows her appetite. If she's feeling lonely, and she's feeling like she's tried everything else, and she dudes are not checking for her anymore. Now she's lonely. Now she'll start going to church and start singing psalms and all that, and so-called want to settle down and take things slow and make you wait and all that stuff, because that's just how they're feeling right now. All right, so that's akin to a beast. So this is why the Most High set the man over the woman. Okay. Now what Esau did, being the devil that he is, he created chaos, because what we read in 1 Corinthians 11 and Genesis 3 is something called order. Okay. Now Paul, he used the word ordinance, which is a law. Now law creates what? Law creates order. And the Most High gave what? Law, statutes, and commandments to the Israelites. Okay? He gave us law, statutes, and commandments. So, law, statutes, and commandments instill what? Instill order. And then you have a book of Judges. Now the judges were who? The judges were men. The priests and the prophets of the Most High are who? Are the sons, are the men. Because men are logical. Okay? And one of the... Oh, hold on, shit. Okay, Slacky, I thought I had the volume up on this thing here. Let me mute it. Now, one thing you notice is women, they love to go into professions that deal with the mind, right? Psychology, therapy. They love to get degrees in psychology and therapy to be a therapist. And what I've deducted is that these women are so screwed up in the head that they take these classes to try to basically diagnose and fix themselves. And they end up being 10 times worse than they were in the original state, because women are all about feelings. Women are, what's the word I'm looking for? Women are loyal to their feelings, okay? And just like an animal, if you don't put it in a cage, if you don't instruct it like a dog, you don't instruct it, you don't give it instructions, it's going to run wild, it's going to piss all over the place, it's going to eat up everything in the house, it's going to chew shit, and that's the nature of a woman, okay? That's why their lives are so chaotic. I don't give a damn how put together they look, how they smile in their face and act like they got everything together. Trust me, in their head is nothing but pure chaos. And that's why they wear so much makeup, because they need to cover up they need to put on a mask. But trust me, in their head is nothing but chaos. They're totally chaotic. And the more men they sleep with, like this one on the screen, she's slept with tons of men. The more men they sleep with, the more bugged out and chaotic their minds are, because they're taking a piece of every man they slept with, and it's a big gumbo of different personalities in their head. So they're all effed up in the head. But anyway, not to go on a tangent, the Most High gave the men the office of being a judge and a priest. Okay? Because the man, because he has a logical mind, he can follow and he can instill order. What I was going into about the therapy and the psychologist, you'll notice these therapists and psychologists, they deal with people with problems all day. And because they're emotional, they'll be a wreck. So if you deal with one, they'll bring that shit home. Or they'll cry, or their day will get ruined or whatever, because of that, their emotion, they're like a sponge. So their emotions just sway back and forth. They'll go give somebody a therapy lesson, and they're the therapist, and the client will tell them something, and they start crying, and their whole day is effed up. So how is somebody like that suitable for a position of power? How is someone like that suitable to be independent? They can't. This is why the Most High put the woman underneath the man. And the man is the one that's given a position of power. Okay? So what the devil did, and you could read, what is it called? Shit. I forgot the name of the agenda, but basically the Willie Lynch letter. You could look up the Willie Lynch letter, right? In summary. Let me see if we get a summary. Okay. Now, the Willie Lynch letter, I'm not going to read this whole thing. I just want a summary of it. Okay, let's just read this here. Be yourself, but hate yourself. The Willie Lynch syndrome. Willie Lynch led a story. Mental slavery is a subliminal tactic used to keep Africans in America in psychological chains for generations. Because Esau upgraded his game of slavery. Remember, Esau's power is deception. This is why he's known as a devil. The word devil means what? Deceiver. His power that the Most High gave him was deception. This is why he's known as a serpent, right? I mentioned a serpent in a garden in a garden. Now, if you look up definition definition of serpent. Right here, 2. A sly or treacherous person, especially one who exploits a position of trust in order to betray it. Okay? And this represents who? Esau, aka the so-called Caucasian, aka the so-called white man, right? And this is how we got who? The North Gad, the North American Indians. In the Bible, that's the tribe of Gad, because he used subtlety and he used slyness. Okay, basically he was a serpent, and he presented peace, but in his heart, in his mind, were swords. Was rape, robbery, and murder was his intentions. All right. So if we go to I think it's heart, drawn sword. Right? Psalms 55:21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. So this is what a serpent does. Okay? A serpent will put himself in a position, or seemingly in a position of weakness, okay? So you could put your guard down, then he'll stab you in the back. Okay? This is why, let me see if I can, the Jew. This is the Polish. They have a saying about the so-called Jew. See if I, right, about the so-called Jew. The Jew cries out in pain as he strikes you. So this is Esau's MO. Okay? While he strikes you, slaying you, killing you, he'll cry in pain so that he looks like the victim. Okay? But really, he's the assailant. He's the one delivering the pain. And this is the same attribute that the woman has. Okay? Because the woman has been hijacked by the serpent. She has the same mindset. Okay? He instilled a virus in her. You know how a virus takes over your computer? Well, a virus has taken over her mind. And he instilled that mentality of independence, right? And he's using what? The mental slavery in order is a subliminal tactic to keep Africans in America in psychological chains. And really, the man, okay? And he used this by putting the woman in a position of authority, giving her independence so that she can free herself from her man. Remember, one that is independent, the definition is one that is freed from somebody of authority being over them. We read the definition. So the byproduct of that is these women are raising these boys to be like them, as you can see on the screen. And I guarantee you this woman will say she's a Christian, she's God-fearing. I guarantee you she's got Caesar Borgia all up in the crib. Okay? And she got her son singing, I think it's some Beyonce shit, talking about a diva. And this is a damn shame. And I don't even want to read these comments. I might punch my monitor. And it's a nice monitor, so I don't want to F it up. But watch, when you go through these comments, right? Now, there's a guy I follow on Instagram, Terry Don, all right? He says, I never understood why some women act like having a sassy feminine son is a flex. It ain't no flex at all, all right? Now, of course, look at the serpent. Of course, see, this is why they got to go, all right? I applaud this mother for allowing her child to be his full, authentic self. This is why we have so many people with mental health issues. No, man, see, this is why the Most High, that's why the scriptures say, rise up, ye women that are at ease. All right? Because the evil days are coming, and the evil days are going to be gunning for these women. And the way Esau does is he'll use you until he's done with you. Then he'll discard you. That's why the scripture's talking about that the teeth shall fail. All these benefits you enjoy, they're going to take them away. Because the majority of women out there are useless eaters. Okay? You left your man because daddy, daddy devil, whatever you want to call him, said, look, you can leave your man and we'll take care of you. And he don't even really take care of you. He give you just enough so you can breathe. You women in the projects, this devil gives you just enough so you can breathe and be the hoe that you want to be, but you're still broke. Anyway. All right. Now, the reason why they have mental issues because they're being raised by y'all. You're the ones that's giving these boys mental issues. Because when he hits puberty, right, and his voice starts getting a little deeper, whatever, he's going to be confused. Because right now, he wants to be like mommy. All right? He wants to be like mommy. He doesn't know if he's a boy, if he's a girl. You know? He's probably trying on his mom's panties, her bras, putting on her high heels. You know? I would not put it past this little mother effer. Okay? So it's you women that are instilling these mental issues into the boys. All right? You can already see this child's mind is total chaos. You know? I guarantee you she'd be braiding his hair like a bitch and all of that. Now let me see what else it says. I say mind your own household. Look at these assholes. Is it me or he got on? Yeah, you look at his mouth. Look at it. He got drawn on eyebrows, man. Now I remember back in the day, I know right now in Haiti, they still burn FAGs. If this little kid was in Haiti, he'd be in they would take care of him, if you know what I mean. Cause that's what they do in Haiti, you know? At least from what I remember. Maybe now it's more accepted. But from what I hear is that they still do this to the Massisis in Haiti. You know? And I remember back in the day here in America, if you came home, you know, with your eyes looking like this, or you had a little fruitiness in you, I remember your pops would beat the ish out of you and kick you out the house. And you could never come back because this was a damn shame, you know? But now you got the women, independent women, raising these little mother effers. And I don't want to hear that shit about the father ain't around. You women kicked the father out the house. Why? Because you want to be independent. You didn't want that order. And this is a result. And this is what Esau wants. Let them dance. Another woman, of course. See, this is why women, let me go to some scriptures here, all right? Because this is what the scriptures call effeminate. This is an effeminate. I got it blown up here. This is effeminacy, which comes from the word effeminate. Effeminate, which this is what the scriptures say. Because, again, these women will say it's okay. You know, these women go to church and they'll say, you know, let him be comfortable and let the child do him and all this other shit. But that doesn't line up with the scriptures. 1 Corinthians 6:9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. Be not deceived. Don't be tricked. Don't let this devil fool you. Neither fornicators nor idolaters. All right? So that would be those who worship other gods besides the Most High. And if you think it's okay to raise your son up that way and the Most High he'll be happily accepted in the pearly gates, then you have been deceived. And you're not following the Most High, the power of the Bible. And his name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. So it says neither fornicators nor idolaters. Okay? So a fornicator and idolater would be those that follow other religions. And if you follow that mindset, do as I will, YOLO, you know, only got one life to live, you do whatever makes you feel good, then you're a fornicator and you're an idolater. Because the scriptures speak about the pride of life. You know? The pride of life meaning you just do whatever the hell feels good. Whatever makes you feel good, you do it. It says, nor adulterers, okay? These are women who sleep with multiple men. Man, that's a damn shame, boy. Nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind. And that is talking about a masisi, a homosexual, okay? Or anyone that resembles or has a tendencies, okay? Now, out of the word effeminate, you get the word effeminacy. Now, what does this mean? Characteristic quality of a woman, such as softness. Now, the scriptures talk about being a good soldier of Yahushua. Now, does this little mother effer look like he would make a good soldier? Does this little mother effer look like he's hard? I mean, this dude's soft as shit. Wow. Damn shame. Softness, luxuriousness, delicacy. And this is why the Most High, when you come into truth, the Most High will put you through roughness, right? He's going to put you through hell. Because there's a saying out there that hard times, how's it go? Hard times make strong men. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. Okay? So, it says softness, luxuriousness. Because when you grow up in luxurious or delicacy, it makes you soft. Like, look at this home that they're in. So, they're living pretty good, better than a lot of us are. And so this creates what? Softness. Because when you hard, you ain't got no time to be fluttering. When you want to grow up in roughness, when you catching hell, you ain't got no time to be fluttering your arms like this. Be fluttering all around and shit. Oh boy. Or weakness, which is unbecoming of a man, right? The scriptures say, gird up thy loins like a man. This right here, this action is characteristic. This is unbecoming of a man. Okay? The scriptures say, train up a child in the way that he should go. This is not how you raise a boy to be fluttering around like this, acting like a woman. This is sad. So you think somebody like this is gonna go up in the chariots? Is you crazy? It says use reproachfully of men. Exactly. The Most High is expressing reproach here. Know ye not that the unrighteous, and this is through the words of Paul, know ye not that the unrighteous should not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind. So no, the Most High is not with this. What else I have here? Okay, I have another scripture here about the woman being in subjection. 1 Peter 3:1. Another thing I want to say real quick is that, these women will talk all this shit, right? Like right here, I applaud this mother for allowing her child to be his full authentic self. But these are the same children when they grow up that the women don't want them because they're too soft and they're too nice. Remember all the songs back in the day, I need a roughneck and this and that, and these women, they want a bad boy, and these women don't want you if you're too nice because it's boring. There's no polarity, So these women like this, these men like this are the same ones that grow up to be bitter towards women, because here it is, they're soft and effeminate, and the women don't find them attractive. They don't want them. There's no polarity. There's no masculinity there to attract a woman, because this dude is going to grow up to be just as feminine as the women. So he's going to be friend zoned for the rest of his life. And these are the ones that in turn they become homos or they get sex changes, you know. I guess in their mindset, they're like, if you can't beat them, join them. So they get a sex change, you know. Or they join MGTOW to where they hate women, you know. So you create the product, the very product that you hate. Man. So the women are the problem. The scriptures say that there's nothing greater than the wickedness of a woman, right? And the scriptures all say all wickedness come from the woman. So our women perpetuate the wickedness of this devil. They push forth the agenda of the serpent. So let's go back here. 1 Peter 3:1, it says, likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives. So be in subjection to their own husbands, being under rule, which coincides with 1 Corinthians 11, Genesis 3. Okay? Yeah, so that is a product, demonstration of the Willie Lynch letter being played out. So I think that's all I have to say on the topic. You could go on and on about this topic, but I wanted to bring this out, and let me just read a little bit of Isaiah. And let me go to the New Living Translation to see what it says there, the NLT. I don't think I've ever read it. Oh, I don't think I've ever read it in the NLT. I gotta do this right here, Isaiah 32:9, and then let's look for the NLT. NLT. Let's go to the full chapter, Isaiah 32:9 in NLT. Listen, you women who lie around in ease. Listen to me, you who are so smug, meaning you're comfortable, you're chilling, you're turning down dudes left and right because there's a infinite number of men who approach you. So you turn this man down because you don't like his sneakers, or you don't like the way his shoe is laced, you don't like his hairstyle, you don't like the way he's dressed. I mean, damn, you watch Pop the Balloon, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. You have these dudes who can make six figures, got good jobs, so-called the high value male, but because their shoelace is not tied right, or they don't like they don't like their fit, they don't like their glasses, these women will turn them down. That is a very smug attitude. Smug, I'm on top of the world. Man, wait till the Most High turn this shit upside down. They will be the first ones, the very first ones on their knees. Okay? Verse 10. Listen to me, you who are so smug. In a short time, just a little more than a year, you careless ones will suddenly begin to care when shit gets real, yes. For your fruit crops will fail. And what's that talking about? Your benefits, your jobs. You got the nice cushy jobs, right? When you get out of college, you're drowning in debt. But you get good jobs, but it might take you 10, 15, 20 years to pay off that college loan, But the jobs are going to fail. And those loans, you can't get rid of them for anything. The only way to get out of them loans is by death. Those loans are worse than a mortgage. You can't declare bankruptcy. You can't do anything to get rid of them loans. Your benefits you're getting from the government, like I said, them jobs. And we're in the fourth industrial revolution, the AI takeover. The first positions that are going to be taken over by robots are the ones that these women hold. You don't believe me? All right, let's. A lot of our people only believe something when Esau says it. So let me see if I can find. Dun 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 dun. Okay. A new study found that 7.810% of jobs held by women and 2.9 held by men. uh, man, I wish I had like a more maniacal laughter, man, because this would be the perfect time for it. But I guess my hey, this shit is fucking great, man. A new study found that 7.8 jobs held by women and 2.9 held by men could be automated. Technology that eliminates their jobs could be detrimental to the economy. Childcare costs and return to office movements are already keeping some women out of the workforce, right? Because these women they got these cushy jobs. They want to be independent, right? They don't want to be at home. They don't want to be a traditional woman, stay at home, take care of the kids, have the house in order. When your man comes home, everything's ready, table set, and all that stuff. So to escape that, they got their teats, they got their luxuries like daycare, which is very expensive, childcare. But if they could get daycare, they don't have to stay home and take care of the kids and cook for hubby and wait for him to come home. They could be independent and have somebody look after the children. So they could go and be free and do their own thing and be totally independent of the man. Okay? But all that is going to go bye-bye. Overnight, AI jobs could take more jobs from women. Nearly 80% from CNN. If you don't believe me, you don't believe the scriptures, we just read Isaiah 32 and 9. We trying to tell you. We've been telling you this for over 20 years, that the teats are the benefits and the jobs, right? But y'all laughed in our face, y'all scoffed. Now 20, 25 years later, 40, hey, because these scriptures were being read on the corner before I came into truth. So all these years later, when Esau puts news out there, it's already too late. All right? Isaiah 42 and 9 says, before these things happen, I tell you of them. So as soon as the Spirit revealed it to the prophets, to the teachers, to the elders, all right, especially here at GMS, we told y'all. We put you on a game. We put you onto the game. You had like 40, 30, 20, 10 years to get prepared. But when it's out on CNN, it's already too late. It's already in motion. The final stages. So, nearly 80% of women's jobs could be disrupted by automated AI. And look, you got AI controlling AI now. So, if you don't believe me how fast AI is, go to ChatGPT, put anything in there, anything complex, within a split second you get an answer. This is how fast AI is taking over shit. All right, I don't need to dive into this article. I mean, the point is there. You know what I'm saying? Washington Post. Look at this. Look at this. Women's work faces the greatest risk of automation. I can't wait, my dude. Man, this is part of the gospel. Listen, you women who lie around in ease. Yeah, listen. Listen to me, you are so smug. In a short time, just a little more than a year, you careless one. You careless ones will suddenly begin to care, because you ain't got no care in the world. No care. Let me see. Women have no care in the world. Wasn't that Cyndi Lauper? Girls just want to have fun. Is harmful and stereotype. The statement women have no care in the world is a harmful stereotype that is completely inaccurate and ignores the complex realities. Man, I've dealt with women, okay? They have no care. The only care they have is whether they can keep their job or not, because their loyalty is to Esau, it's to the system, okay? You know? All right, so let's keep going. Uh, let's go here. For your fruit crops will fail, and the harvest will never take place. Tremble, you women of ease. Throw off your complacency. Strip off your pretty clothes. Put on burlap to show your grief. You know, when the store shut down, you're not gonna be able to run to the outlets. You know, you're not gonna be able to run to TJ Maxx or to Marshalls, or if you got a little bit of dough, you might go to Saks, or whatever, to go put on a dress, so you can go out with your girl and go a whoring. Because that's what y'all do. I ain't talking shit. That's exactly what goes down. You go buy a new dress, so you go whoring with your girls, all right? And so you can enjoy and feel good turning down all the men that approach you. Put on burlap to show your grief. Yeah, because that dress and that makeup ain't gonna do shit when there's no jobs, when there's no food, right? Nothing to eat, no water to drink. Putting on that dress is not gonna bring water to your home. Putting on that dress and them heels, all right, and a lipstick and that push-up bra to turn your A cups into a C cup, it's not gonna bring water to your home. It's not gonna bring food to your home. And I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of the hell you're gonna face is gonna be from your own government. Them troops, whenever run up in your crib, trust me, a lot of you women, when they run up in the crib, when these soldiers let loose, we know what soldiers do when they're on the warfield, when they're in battle, when they let them loose. Hey, the Apocrypha says that they're gonna be like madmen, sparing none. You women, you're gonna get ran through. If you know what I'm talking about, they will take full advantage of you, and you're at home all by yourself. All right, that welfare check is not gonna help you. Okay, that welfare check cannot protect you in that day. The welfare check cannot protect you. Your paycheck cannot protect you. Your degree can't protect you. None of that shit. Anyway, man. Oh, let me just read down some more. Beat your breasts in sorrow for your bountiful farms and your fruitful grapevines. Verse 13, for your land will be overgrown with thorns and briars. Oh, no, yeah. These mother effers are not going to be able to protect you either. Okay? They don't know the first thing about being a man. And the scriptures say that the man shall be more precious than fine gold. And it says in that day that you're going to need 7 women shall take hold of one man. This right here is not going to grow up to be a man. All right? And this is the majority of men today. Just go on social media, man. This is all you see. From this age all the way up, they just doing fruity dances. It might be 3 or 4 of them in a pack. They throw on some music, and they start doing some fruity shit, flaying their arms around and their legs. I mean, our men are just going to waste, bro. And we have to thank the so-called woman for that. You've done a impeccable job of raising up these soy boys. I gotta give you a hand. You did an impeccable job. Verse 13, your land will be overgrown with thorns and briars. You know what that means? That means, again, going back to your benefits, they're going to be all sucked dry. You're not going to be able to wake up and say, look, I'm going to go to the welfare department and walk out with your benefits. Remember when the C-19 hit, you women were in line crying because you couldn't get toilet paper, or the stores were closed. You couldn't get in to get a can of soup, and you were crying all over social media. And a lot of you women, they're doing it now from what I hear, that many women in record numbers are turning to the oldest profession in the book, because all the benefits are starting to shut down on them. So now they're turning to the oldest profession in the book. Which you women were doing anyway. And you go on these dates and you eat for free. You know what I'm saying? You'll schedule a date for each night of the week, and you just eat for free. Cause eating is you don't cook at home, and a lot of these women today they don't even know how to cook. And eating out is expensive, so you'll have dudes take you out every night, and you just eat for free for the whole week, right? So anyway, it says I wanted to read on, man, but you could read on. You get the point in a message. And hey, with that, Lord's will, this was edifying. I'm gonna say shalom. All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai Ba'ashim Kakudash. Shalom to the next time. Shalom.